Welcome to the Craftsman interview. I'm here with Jim Hessenthaler, who is the current president of Rotary, Sunrise Rotary in Libertyville. So Jim, tell us a little bit about the club and your journey in getting involved with Rotary, Sunrise Rotary.
I've been involved with Sunrise for about the last 5 years. I was invited, which most Rotarians are, to become involved. Some people will seek Rotary out themselves. I had an individual seek me out and offered me the opportunity to become involved in Libertyville. I liked the format of the Libertyville Club, and I felt that the Libertyville Club had a list of activities that fit me in a manner in which I could be effective and provide an opportunity to give back to my community.
That's great. And Sunrise Rotary, that club kind of pulls from all over Lake County, is that correct? Because you're a Gurnee resident?
Yes. Primarily, it's more isolated than that. It's Libertyville, Gurnee, Vernon Hills, and then there's other clubs that are surrounding that actually draw from their particular areas. Usually it's a situation where a person will have a job in one place, maybe live in another, and decide which of the two they're going to put that time or which is most convenient.
Okay, gotcha. So it's all inclusive. Tell us a little bit about the membership makeup, both professionally, and we already talked about the demographics. It's basically Libertyville, Gurnee, Vernon Hills, but who's in the club?
Well, there's people from all walks of life. I mean, we have dentists, we have doctors, we have cleaners, people who own dry cleaning companies. We have people who are in the area of outside sales, real estate. We have individuals who are engaged in not-for-profit. We have pastors. We have other members that are involved in restaurantry, and that's great.
Kind
of a broad base.
Wide variety. The other thing I wanted to mention, Jim, was what I thought was pretty cool, because now I'm going to the meetings regularly, this whole exchange student deal. There was a young man from Switzerland. Dominic.
Right.
And he came to talk to the club about his experience in the United States, and he went to LHS for a year, is that correct?
That's correct. He came from Switzerland on a foreign exchange program under the Rotary Exchange Program, and the Rotary Club in Libertyville set up his housing, assisted in the financial responsibilities of him being here, also welcomed him to our meetings each week, and
so cool.
Was able to interact with him. But I think even more important is he was here 3 years ago. And since he was here 3 years ago, he's gone through military, he's finished school, and is preparing to go to college. And the impact of that experience for him was so great that he has gotten his sister and his brother both to be foreign exchange with Rotary. And the sister went to Mexico, and he had announced to us that his brother was on his way to Australia.
Wow. So does the club send somebody overseas? So he came from Switzerland.
Right.
How does that work? Do we send Libertyville kids or kids from the community over to other countries?
We are open to that. We have had a number of outbound students. He's an inbound. We have had a number of outbound students. This year we've taken sort of a break. Next year we'll be looking again for an exchange student. And it's a program that is wrought with many opportunities for the child coming in, or the young man or young lady coming in, and also those going out, because there's activities that are involved in bringing all of the foreign exchange students in this region together, so that they have activities. And then at the end of the trip, there's usually a special trip that they go on so that they get a tour of some of the natural parks and
did he go to Yellowstone or something?
Yes, he did. He had a great experience in Yellowstone.
Gosh, that is just such a cool program. Tell me a little bit about your background.
I was in the financial services business for the last 41 years. I currently represent a major financial services company, and still have my offices in Gurnee for the last 25 years.
Wow, okay, so you've got a good run.
Yeah.
What other, are you involved with other organizations? What drew you to Rotary now that you've been in it 5 years? What's sort of near and dear to you in terms of your participation in the club, and do you do other things?
Sure. My journey's been long, because my first experience in a volunteer environment was the JCs, which began when I was in my 20s. Wow. And over that period of time, I've been involved in different boards, the Foundation Board in Waukegan, the YMCA Board of Lake County, and always felt a desire to be engaged in what's going on in the community. At Libertyville, it met a need for me to engage with other like-minded people. Yep. Who had a desire to give back to their community and to make a difference. I've been involved over the last 11 years with an organization called Kids Around the World, and we harvest playgrounds in the United States and ship them to third and fourth world countries after we've refurbished them. Wow. And we've done over 525 playgrounds over the last 15 years, and we continue to do about 100 a year in about 75 different countries.
Oh, that's great. That's awesome. Harvesting playgrounds, I've never heard that.
Well, they have a life of about 15 to 16 years for park districts and school districts. Okay. And it's not always that the playground wears out. The problem is that laws changed and requirements changed, that the code is updated, and a playground gets to a point where they need to be replaced to be able to meet future codes. Got it. And okay. There's usually grandfathering that they have for a period of time, but then they must, be able to update and come to the line.
That makes sense. I never thought about that. So you're the president. How did that happen?
Well, like most organizations, it's a matter where, with our organization, I think to its credit is that a large number of the members have gone through the chairs and been involved. And after being involved in different organizations, there was a call for someone to step up. I watched and waited, and then decided that I'd throw my hat into the ring, and lo and behold, I missed that meeting, and I'm president.
That's usually how it works, right? You come back, hey Jim, guess what?
I think that's true in a lot of organizations.
That's great. Well, God bless you for stepping in. What are there projects going on right now in Rotary that you're really pumped about or are near and dear to you, Jim?
Well, Rotary is an organization that gives the opportunity to leverage. And that's because we have a very large foundation that's totally endowed for their expenses and continues to operate to service the 1.25 million member base throughout the world. And because of that, we too are involved in raising funds. Okay. And we raise funds to be able to provide assistance to local community organizations such as the Haven in Libertyville, the Zaharia Center in Gurnee, the Children's courtroom area for children who have a need to be cared for while family members may be engaged in a court situation. Okay. And it's exciting because we gave last year over $100,000 to over 30 different organizations.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I was impressed, and we do that by doing 2 fundraisers every year. And this year, we're on August the 27th, we're going to run a fundraiser in downtown Libertyville called our Wine Festival. Okay. And last year we had about 1,500 people attend, and it started at 3 in the afternoon and went until about 8:30 at night, and well attended and well enjoyed, and they asked us to do it again.
Yeah, and well executed. I was at that fest, and my wife and I went with our neighbors, and we had just a great time. It's a wonderfully It's really cool being on the street there. It's executed really well. It's really tight. And that's important because those types of festivals are not easy to run. There's a lot of organization there.
Yeah, and the one thing that I really think's important is the fact that we raised $60,000.
Yeah.
And that $60,000 was given out through an awards dinner to, like I say, over 35 different organizations.
Wow. And Rotary has a good, it's like 98 cents on the dollar or something goes to charity. Do I have that right, Jim?
100 cents on the dollar with the Rotary Foundation goes to the organizations. That's what I meant when I said it's an endowed foundation.
Okay, gotcha.
Their overheads are covered by the endowment fund.
Got it. Okay, so dollar for dollar, which is just, that is something
almost unheard of.
It is. It is. You know, I was on Charity Navigator, that website,
right,
and looking at some other charities, and it's amazing. Dollar for dollar. Wow. That's kudos to the group for that. What other types of activities are going on? You mentioned the dinner, and what's the purpose of the dinner? It's to invite the charities in, or what?
And we invite the charities in, and it's a high point, I think, for the Rotary Club in the fact that these people will come together and we'll get a sense of their passion and the difference that we make in the lives that we touch.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Well, thanks so much for your involvement in the community. As a community member myself, I think it's wonderful. Full disclosure, I just joined Rotary, so I'm proud to be a part of it. And just one thing that is really touched me and made a difference for me was I was invited to speak last year. I didn't join until this year, but the four-way test is, I had never been exposed to that or heard about it, and it's very prominent. It's read every meeting. And tell the audience what that four-way test is.
Well, the four-way test came out of a company called Allume Corporation.
Okay.
And Allume Corporation was a company that manufactured aluminum goods.
Okay.
And the founder of that organization, Mr. Taylor, came together with these four laws or four rules, and basically they were adopted by Rotary in 1956.
Wow.
And they have since been part of Rotary ever since, and really becoming the center of what Rotary stands for, in addition to our service above self motto.
Okay.
And that's, of course, the thing that draws us together. The four laws are, is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Does it build goodwill and better friendships?
And the last one is it beneficial to all?
Is it beneficial to all? Yes, that's correct.
To all concerned. Is it beneficial to all concerned?
Beneficial to all concerned.
That is, that's a great thing. That's all I'll say. So thanks again for
Thank you.
Joining me today and sharing a little bit about Sunrise Rotary, and you can find more information at Libertyville Rotary.
Libertyville Sunrise Rotary. I feel better.
You can find more information at libertyvillesunriserotary.com, and check out the site for upcoming events, all the types of different things that Jim was talking about as far as community involvement. It's a powerful club in the best sense of the word, and hugely impactful in our community, so check it out. Thanks.